Welcome to Ambassador Tent Rental. Since 1996, we have been helping individuals, companies, and organizations create memorable experiences. Social gatherings are more than just people. They are food, drink, music, and atmosphere. With exceptionally high standards of customer service and a variety of top quality, well-maintained party supplies and equipment for rent, Ambassador Tent Rental has a reputation for being the obvious solution to your special occasion needs. Let us plan your perfect event. We will create a surrounding where you and your guests can celebrate in absolute style for your once-in-a-lifetime wedding. The first step to planning your unique and memorable wedding is to pick the perfect time of year for you, spring, summer, or fall. After picking that date, you will have to select a venue that will suit your needs and accommodate the wedding package that you will order for that day. This is where Ambassador Tent Rental can help in the process. We will do site surveys and consultations to get you started in the right direction. We can use event design software to make your wedding tent function properly for you and your event. Other considerations when choosing the tent size should be the number of guests attending. Will the dinner be sit-down or buffet? Will you need room for a dance floor and band or DJ? And the number of tables and size and shape of those tables. Will your entire wedding take place under the tent? If so, you will need room for not only the guests, but an altar area, a runner, and plenty of space for the bridal party, as well as a separate area later for dining and/or dancing. Don't make the mistake of thinking things can just be rearranged. It's too confusing and a recipe for disaster. Now you must decide what kind of tent. Yes, there are different kinds of tents for weddings. The most traditional is the pole tent. The two types of pole tents are the party tent and the high peak tent. Both are supported by individual poles beneath the fabric to give the tent its shape. The high peak tent, by definition, has a higher center pole, giving the fabric a sharper slope and a swooping look. Tension on the ropes holds the roof in place. Frame tents have become more popular in recent years. They are made of fabric over aluminum or steel framework. These tents are more rigid and stand free without supports, allowing greater flexibility when planning your tent layout. Knowing the different types of tents, we can now help you decide which tent is best for your wedding. Some of the questions that need to be answered. Are you setting up in a high wind area? What time of year is the wedding? Will sidewalls and/or heating be needed? And support capabilities for running electrical wiring through the tent for lighting. A DJ or bandstand should also be considered. Once you've had a tent or series of tents set up for your wedding, don't leave them unfinished. There are so many things you can do to add to the magic when you are working with tents. Tent liners and pole drapes with chair ties made into bows that match the wedding party will immediately soften the edges of the tent corners and add a hazy, dreamy effect to the tent. Under the roof supports of a frame tent, stringing zigzag sways of fairy lights for a magical effect. Netting can also be twisted with the lights, softening the effect. After dark, these will look beautiful as they softly reflect light back down onto your guests. Twine artificial ivory on silk flowers around ropes and poles to create a garden feel. With a little imagination, your guests will forget that they are in a tent and believe that they have stepped into a fairy tale.